Hello everyone and welcome again to another English with Joseph. Well, as you can see behind me, I have some lights. These are the lights of the Christmas tree. Usually we put these lights around the Christmas tree at Christmas time. Generally in English, we refer to them as Christmas tree lights or fairy lights. Fairy lights. I don't know why we call them fairy lights exactly. I think it might be because of the English mythology about fairies. Fairies were supposed to be very small creatures, and you could watch them moving in the garden. Very similar to these small lights that you can see. The reality, though, was that in places like Scotland and Ireland, they didn't believe in these small fairies. Fairies were large creatures. Actually, fairies were taller than I am, and they could be quite dangerous, especially if they were in a bad mood. But anyway, these are fairy lights, and I have fairy lights around my clock because Christmas is coming. It's true, I'm a little bit early with the decorations, so maybe I should put off the lights or put on the lights closer to Christmas. But anyway, it's very nice to have them here, and it's brightened up my office space. Although it does make me feel rather relaxed. Some people have these lights which flash on and off. You know, like at the disco. They go on, off, well, off, on, or they change all the time. But I didn't want those kinds of lights because I don't want people to think that I'm here at a disco. Well, I have a few things that I want to tell you today. The first thing that I want to tell you, of course, after the fairy lights, is about my jokes. For those of you who like English humour, you probably know that English people can be very funny. Well, actually, at different times, English people really can't be funny. But there's a number of jokes that I want to tell you right now. These jokes are about the mother-in-law, the wife's mother. Now, across all cultures in the world, everyone always has a joke about the mother-in-law. So my first joke about the mother-in-law is about the man and the woman who are walking on the street. And the woman says, "Look, there's my mother, and she's being attacked by two people. Are you going to help?" And her husband said, "No, I think two is enough." So there we have my first joke about the mother-in-law. And I suppose I should have said two are enough, not two is enough. Let me tell you it again, just so that you can hear it. So husband and wife, a man and a woman, are walking on the street. And the wife, she sees her mother being attacked by two people on the other side of the street. So very quickly she says, "Look, it's my mother and she's being attacked by two people. Are you going to help?" And the husband said, "No, I think two is enough." So he's obviously thinking of the attackers, not of the mother-in-law. The next one is a little bit more difficult, but I'm going to tell you so that you can try and work out the answer. Now you'll need a dictionary for this, unless of course you have some knowledge of English culture, alright? So there's a few bits of vocabulary you're going to need. The first word you're going to need to understand my next joke is the wishing well. The wishing well. And the wishing well in English is basically a fountain, okay, or a little pool of water where we throw a coin and we make a wish, all right? So it could be a fountain in a shopping center or in a public square, and we throw 1 penny or 1 euro cent into this fountain and we make a wish. And it's just a tradition. We don't expect the wish to come true. So here's the joke. My mother-in-law fell into a wishing well yesterday. I really had no idea that those wishing wells actually worked. Now let me tell you that joke in a different way. Yesterday, my mother-in-law, she had an accident and she fell into a wishing well. I had no idea that if you made a wish at a wishing well, it actually came true. It actually worked. Alright, so that's my joke about mother-in-laws. It might take you a little while to catch the second one, but good luck with that. Lastly, the information I have for you is simply about my own learning Spanish. For those of you who've been watching my video clips for a long time, or who know about my teaching methods or have been following me on social media, you will know that for a number of years I lived in Barcelona. Now at that time, of course, I learned quite a bit of Spanish, but my Spanish is not really so good. So I would really like to find a language partner, someone that I can practice my Spanish with for maybe half an hour and then help that person with their English for perhaps half an hour, or to exchange some messages on email, or perhaps on social media. So if you would like to help me with my Spanish, I can help you with your English. And of course, it's all completely free. So if you would like to do that, please go to my website and send me a message. And we can arrange to meet or to exchange messages. My Spanish is really not so bad, but I have a little problem with the tenses and a little problem with the vocabulary. So no matter where you're from, don't hesitate to write to me. If maybe I can help you with your English, and you can try to help me with my Spanish. That would be lovely, lovely. Okay, well that's all I want to say for today. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll catch you again very, very soon. Bye-bye now. Bye. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's happening with this brightness. It's going up and down. I better go and try and fix it. So, see you all. Bye-bye.